Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to our presentation of how to double profitability with the secret real estate niche that is funding nonprofits by the billions. Sorry, I'm at the wrong slide. Welcome to how to double profitability with the secret niche that makes you money while making a difference. Now, look, thank you for joining me. I am so excited about what we do. I can't wait to spill the beans. And, of course, when we do a presentation like this, there's something to sell. So I just want to get that right out of the way. Let's just get down to the nitty gritty. Here's what I'm selling. I'm selling you an opportunity to be a part of this billion-dollar niche to fund your nonprofits by the billions and to get paid a full commission to do it. So you're going to have two options. The first one being to enroll in the certification class. It's a 4-hour live Zoom. You take the class, you'll have the chance to unlock the secret that you've learn the ins and outs. You'll get the designation. You'll be able to bring VIP guests with you and do some extra training with us. But for those of you who would rather have like everything that you need, like the full business development element all handed to you on a silver platter, that's option number 2, because this will save you time and make money faster. And seriously, within 30 days of the class, you can have people and property in your pipeline, if not something already under contract. So, if that's the case, then you're going to want to be a part of the Charitable Real Estate Specialist Mastery membership. So my partners believe so completely in what we've created that they're going to give you a bonus at the closing of your first charitable real estate transaction. And the bonus is actually $1,000. So they're actually going to pay for you to take the class and pay for you to be a part of the membership. So in essence, you're actually being able to take this certification and the training for free. So just hang on to your hats. That's what we're going to be talking about at the end. But considering it's free, no risk, no reward. That's not what we're doing here. This is all about reward. So let's sit back and I'll tell you all about this secret niche and how you can become the 1% and be the hero your community needs. So the conversation started this way. I have this old friend named Jim. He said in a message to me on Facebook, he said, "Hey, I've got 41 offices now and 900 plus realtors. What's this secret niche thing that you keep talking about?" And I said to him, "Well, it's about connecting with the right people, kind of like right now with you reaching out to me." See, Jim is a really extremely successful broker owner, and he's got a ton of agents, even many years ago, that I was helping to teach how to prospect. And he saw these posts I was doing about charitable real estate, and he was intrigued. Now, I shared the highlights with him about charitable real estate, and we were sitting at a lunch table, and we both just started grinning ear to ear because I could see him having the epiphany, the same one that I had had when I had learned about this just about a year earlier. You see, about a year earlier, I was frustrated and I was kind of uninspired. I had been partnering with real estate companies and dozens of nonprofits and, large ones, small ones, hundreds of Main Street USA businesses. We were collaborating and doing what I learned to call cause marketing campaigns. And we were all making money and we were making a difference, but it just seemed really small compared to what we could do. I mean, the fact is, I want to have more impact. I want to help the businesses and the nonprofits to generate more resources and relationships with the right people and generate more revenue because of it. See, I wanted to know that my actions and my business were actually serving people at the highest level. I just wanted to feel like I was doing everything that I could at the age of 51 to truly leave a legacy. So I was at this conference when this presenter talked about charitable real estate. And the transactional piece of how this works really makes a lot of sense. It's really quite simple. Yet it was the implementation and execution of how this would just open up so many doors and create a unique sales proposition. And it would finally be a way for my company and all the others that I served to truly make money and make a difference at the same time. So here's what struck me about this. Like, who could I engage in conversation with about this? There are thousands of nonprofits. And what about the high net worth, generous property owners? I thought to myself. And then, secondly, who could all my real estate friends meet and mingle with and talk about a unique sales proposition? Nobody's talking about this. And then I also thought, 8 billion a year? Really? That much was already going to nonprofits every year from real estate donations? Why had I never heard of it? Well, the concept of charitable real estate is really quite simple. And so is the reason that 99% of people just have never heard of it. And so is the reason that property donors are wanting to donate property every day. The concept of charitable real estate is really super easy to comprehend. And you know what? Soon you're going to be hearing about this left and right as more and more people jump on the bandwagon. You know how it is when you share good news, other trainers and companies are going to jump on and be the copycat. However, we have the double profitability twist that no one will ever have around charitable real estate, because listing and liquidating to give the nonprofits the donation cash is really quite elementary. However, it's the business development element and how to leverage and leave a lasting legacy, the strategy of how to make money while making a difference. See, that, my friend, is the superpower that you're going to acquire as a real agent of change. And look, this is a prime example. It's kind of like right now, you're watching this video, whether it's live or recorded, and you're watching this master class, just like all the other real agents of change who have already joined forces with us. You're watching it because this is an interesting, unique conversation that gets attention. Like my friend and longtime client, Michael DeShavi, he was the very first charitable gifting specialist, actually in New York. And he got really excited when I told him about this months ago. He said, I've known Cammie for more than 12 years. Anything she does is groundbreaking. I moved back to Brooklyn, where my real estate license is, just because of this brilliant strategy, he said. You see, you're all here on this master class because this is a different conversation. It is so intriguing. It is a unique sales proposition for me, for you, for the nonprofits that start to employ this in their funding capabilities. Look, nonprofits can grow by 5 times the size of other nonprofits that do not take non-cash assets. Now, how is this possible, you ask? Well, I'm going to share that with you right here and right now, how you can double your profitability, and not just from the listings that are property donations. And by the way, we pay a full commission for you to list and liquidate these donations, but you'll double your profitability because of the trademarked business development element that we provide to leverage charitable real estate in your positioning, your partnering, and your promoting. Now, look, here's a warning. This will be a blessing for some and a curse for others. I guarantee that you do not know what I'm getting ready to share with you. And because you cannot unlearn it, frankly, if you are not an action taker, ready to walk your talk and step into your ability to truly serve and support who you say you're here to help, then this is your warning to just go back to donating that $100 at the closing table and sitting on fundraiser committees as your way to be a contribution. You know, the same ones that I've sat on for years and years, where everyone consoles one another, especially now with COVID. You know, people and planet and pets, they all need our help. And the conversation revolves around the animals need us, and what are we going to do? And how do we bring in funds? I mean, look, circumstances around giving are completely out of our control at this point. Events are getting canceled left and right. People don't have the cash to give that they once did. And in all fairness, it's not your fault that everyone has been so frustrated. And look, I've been there too, on these committees, who have nothing but the best of intentions, yet are just simply at the mercy of circumstances. So here's the deal. I am so grateful that this opportunity is present for me, for you, for the nonprofits, and all the property donors. I will never, ever sit in those conversations again about what to do with an event being canceled or postponed or suffering from low attendance. And you, my friend, and your nonprofit friends and your community never need to be there ever again either. This really is a blessing for those who take action and quite literally start to make money making a difference as a real agent of change. Just like our good friend Jessica Peterson, we love her. She is a superhero, taking a stand and introducing us to others just like her. However, as I mentioned, this can also most definitely be a curse for those who learn what they simply cannot unlearn. They will know that this is the beginning of a movement that is funding nonprofits by the billions and doubling profitability for our agents of change. But they are cynical. They are the ones who sit back on their laurels, waiting to see what will happen. They will feel absolutely sick to their stomachs when they watch you handing big checks to dozens of nonprofits and smiling in front of the cameras as you are interviewed and get free PR from these massive donations, smiling all the way to the bank because of all the resources and relationships and revenue that you generate. See, there are three secrets I'm going to share with you that will make what I mentioned earlier very clear. Now, I mentioned that the concept of charitable real estate donating is simple, and it will also be easy to understand the reason that you've never heard of it. And it will be super easy to understand the reason that property donors are trying to donate. They are trying to donate property to nonprofits every week, all the time. Okay, so you've been warned. If you're still here, here we go. Let's get started. Here are the three secrets I'll be sharing with you. Number one, why this secret real estate niche that is funding nonprofits by the billions with a B has been kept a secret, and how your superpower can unlock the secret in your marketplace. Secret number two, why generous property donors have been reaching out to nonprofits to give their property away. And secret number three, how realtors and real estate offices and real estate companies, frankly, any kind of business, can quite literally double profitability from the positioning, partnering, and promoting of charitable real estate as a specialty. So let's get started with secret number one. Why is it that the secret real estate niche that is funding nonprofits by the billions has been kept a secret? And how can your superpower unlock this secret in your marketplace? So here's the deal. There are three stakeholders or important players that are absolutely mandatory for a charitable donation of real estate to go down. Number one, property donor. Number two, realtor. Number three is the nonprofit. Now, the first stakeholder is the property donor. Obviously, a piece of real estate is required to have a donation in this conversation. And we're going to discuss in secret number two why they are wanting to donate. Now, the second stakeholder is the realtor. When property is donated, the very first thing that needs to happen is to list and liquidate it. This is not about donating property for the nonprofit to own and manage and move into. No. The nonprofit is so far removed from these transactions, they don't even need to know the address. Now, that's super important. That's how far removed they are. Now, the good news with us as your partners in this process is that the realtors we work with get paid a full commission. No negotiating, not even competing. You are the listing agent when you are a real agent of change. Now, here's a testimony from one of these realtors who has leveraged our team. Tina Ford of Coldwell Banker, she's a realtor who said, I love knowing that the proceeds from the sale were going to help nonprofits, and having an unemotional seller who pays a full commission and that was easy to work with, well, that's just icing on the cake. Okay, so we have generous property owners who are looking to donate property. We have realtors who are getting exactly what they want when they list and liquidate a property: full commission, no competition, support the nonprofits they love. So what's the big deal? Why isn't this being taught in real estate schools nationwide? Well, it will be by us, but here is why it hasn't been taught like this to realtors or financial service providers or estate planners. Here's why. The third stakeholder is the nonprofit. This seems simple enough that the last side of the triangle of trust, those who would stand to benefit the most, would be the most excited about it. However, when property owners offer to donate any real estate, whether it's their primary residence or their second home at the lake or the investment property they own or even land, the simple fact is more than 99% of nonprofits say no. It is the nonprofits themselves that have stopped this from happening. However, it's not their fault. There are many reasons why they have been saying no to these property donations. And look, we're going to go over all of them in the certification class so that you truly are a charitable real estate specialist who gets exactly how this works. Now, I'm sure that you are baffled by this like I was. Like, why would anyone say no to the financial benefit of being gifted real estate? Well, there's two key issues that we're going to go over right now, and the rest we'll save for the certification class. So first issue is, it's kind of a threefold or trifecta. They don't have the staff, the manpower, the knowledge, or budget for this type of donation. And look, even if you, a seasoned professional real estate agent, are on their advisory board, this type of donation requires not only law, tax knowledge, and specific expertise, it also requires capital. The majority of these donations are not 100% equity. There are mortgages to be paid off, expenses, holding costs, and sometimes the donor even wants cash out of the transaction. Now, did I just say the property donor can get cash? Well, they don't have to donate at all. They can actually get some cash out of the property. Yes, they can, and it's called a bargain sale. And we go over all of that in detail, yep, in the certification class. Now, this can all be thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. And even the largest nonprofit in the United States, Fidelity Charitables, who brings in several billion a year themselves, don't do these transactions. Even they use our team to get the transactions done. Our team also does this kind of transaction for the National Charitable Endowment and American Endowment Foundation. Here's what Laura Maloney said in an interview I did with her. We accept all kinds of cash assets, including stocks, businesses, and real estate, to name a few. When it comes to real estate, we leverage third-party experts. It would not make sense to facilitate something we are not experts at. Now, look, that came from Laura Maloney, VP of American Endowment Foundation, who heads up the team that accepts complex assets, who manage $3.4 billion. So here's the second issue that we'll discuss right now, which is mission drift. What the heck does that mean? Well, there are 1.3 million nonprofits in this country, each one with their own mission and reason for existing. And there's just a really tiny handful, less than 30, maybe 100 that we know of that have a real estate department. And if any of the other 1.3 million were to accept real estate, it would have them drift from their mission, their main mission, by pulling them off their number one priority, which is to serve those who are here to serve. Like, for example, Girl Scouts' mission is to build girls' courage, confidence, and character to make the world a better place. Girl Scouts, excuse me, Girl Scouts have received checks from our team that resulted from real estate donations. The University of California, San Francisco's core mission is to advance health worldwide by raising money for the university. Our team has funded them. We Don't Waste is an innovative food recovery 501c3. Their mission states, we support the community and the environment by reclaiming and redistributing quality food to those in need. Yes, they have benefited from our team's ability to facilitate these transactions. We have the system and the team that allows for any and all 501c3s to benefit from real estate donations. And our solution comes with no risk, no fundraisers, no out-of-pocket expenses. Remember, the nonprofits are so far removed from these transactions that they don't even need to know the address. So you're going to learn all about it in the certification class. Ha! I'm dangling a little carrot at you. A little bit of fun, juicy carrot. Come this way. Become a real agent of change with us. We want to partner and play with you. Oh, and as far as how your superpower can unlock this secret in your market, well, look, whether you're a great writer and you prefer to communicate with the written word, or you're a fabulous talker and you love to have face-to-face communication, or maybe you're like me and you like to play in the spotlight and would love to be in front of the camera, being interviewed or speaking on local stages, our system will guide you on how to leverage yourself in whatever way is the most organic for you. The way that our proven system works is within 30 days, that's right, 30 days, you will have people talking about your new specialty, people introducing you around because of this unique topic, and more than enough high net worth property owners and struggling nonprofits and concerned visionary community leaders, all of them wanting to know you, what you're doing, and how you can serve the community. There will be people and property in your pipeline. Now, can you see it now? Your superhero cape flowing in the wind behind you, or maybe you're more like the Clark Kent type and like to keep a low profile. Whether you are in the spotlight or behind the scenes, this topic, this new superpower is so yummy. It just isn't hard to leverage it when you have a team of superheroes like us pointing you in the right direction. So, secret number 2, why generous property donors have been reaching out to nonprofits to give their property away. Give a property away? Who ever heard of such a thing, you may be asking. Well, considering that $8 billion a year is currently funding nonprofits from charitable gifting of real estate, there are lots of people that would give their property away and who've heard of it. So donating real estate is not a new concept. It's been happening since 1917 when the United States government wanted to encourage philanthropy and began giving unprecedented tax benefits to those who donate property to a 501c3. And in fact, non-cash assets is the fastest growing way to fund nonprofits. $8 billion a year is already donated. And as Dr. Russell James, PhD professor at Texas Tech says, cash is not king when it comes to fundraising. So it's not new, but just like short sales or any other concept that is new to the general public, there are pioneers and trailblazers and real agents of change who are part of the shift in how things are done. So the question is, are you a trailblazer? When it comes to the donors, look, I've had the blessed opportunity to interview lots of people, and they all make up this triangle of trust. And here's one of my favorite property donors. Bob Tate is a multiple property donor with philanthropic intentions. He said, I am very passionate about these nonprofits and wanted to do more. My rental properties had appreciated significantly, causing large tax implications. It just made sense to make the donations both for the tax advantages and to provide the land conservatory the funds they needed for a specific project. I have also designated other properties for my portfolio to donate as well, Bob said. So there's this 80-20 rule of property donors. The fact is 80% of the clients that our team has worked with donate property for altruistic reasons. They are just like Bob Tate. They not only say they care about nonprofits, they do something to be a part of the solution. You know, sure, Bob could sit on fundraising committees and complain about the plight of the nonprofit, but Bob is a real agent of change. He walks his talk, and I really respect that about him. Now, here's another gentleman who can tell his story better than I can. Wayne Giavelli is a financial advisor. He's a fundraiser, and he's an advocate for the MS Society because his wife has MS. And he told me, my wife was diagnosed with MS 30 years ago and has been extremely active with fundraising campaigns. Because of this long active history, we are well connected to the higher ups of the MS Society. They have shared with us that the phone rings on a weekly basis with generous donors wanting to donate real estate, but they were not able to accommodate these donations, not until we introduced them to your team, Realty Gift Fund. The MS Society is just one of thousands of nonprofits who have historically turned down real estate, but have become part of this awakening. Here's a short list of some others that our team has given checks to for over $100,000 and more. There's been St. Elizabeth's Shelter, National Jewish Health, Fidelity Charitables. You can go to Realty Gift Fund for a full list of these donors or recipients of the donations. Look, the average donation from a gift of real estate is $550,000, according to aefonline.org. And according to ccim.com, it's $700,000. And since that part of the donation is the equity part, what if the equity was 50% of the sales price? You do the math. How much is that to you at 6% commission? So, whereas 80% of these donations are from people who just want to do the right thing, the other 20% of the donations come from people who are just flat out smart and want the strategic tax benefits and estate planning vehicle that this gives them that they just cannot get any other way. For one, no capital gains tax and leveraging the appraised value as the basis for their tax deduction regardless of the sales price. That's another one of the benefits. Now, there's way more about this that you'll learn about in the upcoming Charitable Real Estate Specialist certification class. And it's exclusively taught by yours truly and the experts that I vetted over this past year. So you say, okay, Cammie, I get it. I get paid a full commission and I don't compete for the listing. People want to donate real estate because they're good people and because they're smart people. Nonprofits have very understandable roadblocks for accepting real estate, but you have a way to help them with no risk to them and no need for traditional fundraisers. But this whole double profitability thing, you got to do better on that. So here's secret number 3. How realtors, real estate offices, and real estate companies can quite literally double profitability from the positioning and partnering and promoting of charitable real estate as a specialty. So you remember me telling you where I was 1 year prior to having that lunch with Jim, the 900 plus agents, broker owner? Well, not only did I stumble upon this ability to fund nonprofits by the billions, learn why none of us knew about it, and I learned how $8 billion a year is already being donated from real estate. I also learned that I needed a third-party 501c3 or specialized nonprofit to send my students, clients, certified specialists to do the heavy lifting. Now, as you can see from all the videos and interviews and resources, the specialized nonprofit that is part of our team is Realty Gift Fund. Now, Realty Gift Fund helped me to create the certification class. They teach it with me. They love to have people come through the class to learn in about 4 hours what it took me a whole summer to wrap my head around. I asked Bruce Geis of Realty Gift Fund why, after meeting dozens of others who have offered to partner with them, why Realty Gift Fund said yes to me. And he said, when we met you, Cami, we realized we're not the best at building a network of real estate professionals who can earn more, expand their influence with high net worth clients, and make a difference by joining the cause. We value you as best in class at creating this network, sharing the knowledge, and making it relevant to America's top brokers. You see, it was Bruce from Realty Gift Fund who truly inspired me to create the whole master membership, the whole course, not just the class, because of our conversations. Now, just like my lunch with Jim that day, who saw all kinds of ways to create thousands of leads, regardless of property donations. Yes, we teach you that too. Just like that conversation, I had already literally created this laundry list of ways to meet and mingle with the right people because of charitable real estate. And in speaking with my vetted resource friends at RGF, who each have 30 years experience in commercial real estate and philanthropy, and who have been perfecting this business model for years, in spending months together, here's what I learned the bottleneck is. During our conversations, it became really clear that the reason RGF was not doing more transactions themselves is because they have been around people who have been being reactive regarding the transactions. And I was talking about being proactive. Bruce told me that people's biggest question is, how do I talk to people about this? Now, that's really important. I want you to put a pin in that. We're going to come back to it. First, let me explain what we mean by reactive versus proactive. See, reactive is an action in response to events rather than acting first. Proactive is acting in anticipation of future problems, needs, or changes. It's the difference between carrying buckets of water and which is reacting to a need, like in the moment the water is needed, you carry a bucket, or proactively creating a pipeline of water. So when the need for water, both current and in the future, becomes more and more, they're both met. There's a pipeline bringing it. Now, the water in this analogy that we're providing is the funding that the nonprofits need. And we do it through charitable real estate donations. We are providing the supply of funding they need by creating a pipeline with the real agents of change. The deals that have been done up until now have been one bucket at a time. And even though there have been millions of dollars provided by our team and hundreds of people involved in making it happen, it has all been reactive, one bucket at a time, which has been a beautiful effort on everyone's part. And it just goes back to our favorite motto, do what you do best for further rest. What Realty Gift Fund does best is facilitating these transactions like no one else. They are the resource of the funding. They are the water that has been being drawn upon one bucket at a time. What we do best in the Charitable Real Estate Specialist Mastery membership is to leverage how the secret real estate niche that funds nonprofits by the billions becomes the best, biggest, boldest business development campaign you have ever been a part of. And you, my friend, are a real agent of change. You take the water supply and deliver it to your own people. You are the masters of that pipe water and funding directly to the communities that you serve. You see, when I met this group, Realty Gift Fund, I told them I don't want to bring you a couple donations or even 100. My personal goal is to have 1 billion, 1 billion in real estate donated to nonprofits worldwide every year. I said to Bruce and the others at Realty Gift Fund, there are 2 million realtors in this country. What if we train and teach and inform and educate just 1% of them? What if they were to get certified, knowing that they could earn a full commission, help their nonprofits, and finally have a unique way to stand out from all the other realtors they traditionally compete with? You see, that, my friends, is proactive on my part for sure, but even more importantly for the realtors and the nonprofits. Instead of simply learning what charitable real estate is and how it works, which is what the certification class is, and it's also knowing where the water source is and how to bring a bucket when it is needed or being reactive. See, we are leveraging charitable real estate in the mastery membership to create the never-ending flow for those who need the funding. And we are building your resources, relationships, and revenue because of it. You see, you will make money and do deals and add resources and relationships to your business and life even before a donation is made from your efforts. Because this is a unique conversation that no one else in your market is having. Everyone has been carrying buckets since the beginning of time. Big buckets for sure, lots of buckets maybe, but we are teaching you. You are bringing the pipeline of flowing, flooding funding to those who need it. And that is a conversation that will be opening a lot of doors. See, there will be revenue for you because anyone who has a real estate license knows that the first rule of Real Estate 101 is real estate is a people business. But everyone knows a realtor or 10. So what better way to meet other human beings than to be talking about what you're doing, the contribution that you're making to the world? Okay, let's go back and get that pen and let's talk about who do I talk to? Excuse me, how do I talk to people about this? What do I say to people to find a property donation? What do I say to nonprofits to have them want to simply say thank you for these big checks? See, this has been the holdup, according to the specialists who've been doing these transactions basically one at a time. And interestingly, no matter how many deals they've done, none of the realtors or nonprofits have become really proactive and instigated campaigns around this. Not any that have taken up any traction or momentum anyway. And this has been a big problem. And it just so happens that this is what we're doing in the Mastery membership. For me, for you, this system has been in place going back many years. Like a client that I had, Lisa Casillo, she's a financial service provider with Edward Jones. And in a testimonial video that she did for me, she said, you think you know what you're doing, but then Cammie comes and gives you her perspective and you realize you did not know what you were doing. And her tweaking gives you 10 times the results you would have had. Lisa Casillo, top producing financial advisor. Now, as a charitable real estate specialist, mastery membership member, you will focus on who you want to do business with, what you are passionate about, and how to position, partner, and promote to have the 4 I's that we talk about, which are influence, impact, income, and inspiration. It is statistically proven that 87% of consumers, clients, and customers will choose the company, product, or service provider who is socially responsible. See, I was training and coaching real estate and financial service people, Main Street USA businesses for years on how to do this with fundraisers. But now with charitable real estate, thank God, there are no more bake sales or barbecues or begging or ballroom functions. Bye-bye bake sale. With us, there is no selling. Let me repeat that. You do not sell charitable real estate. Those who want to make money making a difference are a yes, please. And when you play with us, when you say yes to becoming a real agent of change, when you're thinking to yourself, certified charitable real estate specialist, that's got a ring to it. You see, when you become a real agent of change, you learn that we serve, we don't sell. We connect and communicate, never convince. We attract generous, high net worth property owners and visionary nonprofits. We don't beg or push or pull, kind of like now, starting right now. See, I'm informing you that we can double profitability by positioning, partnering, and promoting with the secret real estate niche that is funding nonprofits by the billions. There is no selling. You either get it and resonate or you don't. Just like there's no need to convince the property donor who loves the veterans in the American Cancer Society, their university, their hospital. You don't have to convince the property donor who wants the tax benefits and estate planning. So how can you stand out, be seen, be known as the contribution to the world that others want to do business with? Well, you're welcome to keep learning sales scripts and role play and objection handle and spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on SEO or Facebook ads. You can sit at the godforsaken open houses instead of being with your family or living your life. Or you could even go to networking events, the physical ones, the virtual ones. I mean, isn't it true that you need to meet and mingle to make money? After all, I literally wrote the book on it, Mingled to Millions, the art and science of building business relationships. But look, I don't need to tell you, every networking event you go to, no matter how big or small, online or in person, you are never the only realtor. And even if you had the whole alphabet behind your name, everyone else has those too. But the letters they don't have are these: C period R period S E period S period, Charitable Real Estate Specialist. And because only 1% will ever get certified to be able to market with those prestigious acronyms, you will be doing yourself a favor to do it now before we are limiting those who get certified, which will either block you from becoming certified or it will block all the other agents in your marketplace and keep you on the pedestal you deserve to be on as an action taker, a do-gooder, and a real agent of change. So if you're still here and you are, or you wouldn't have heard me say that, then it's time for you to decide. Are you going to be blessed? Bless your community? Bless the nonprofits you love and be a real agent of change? Or are you going to be cursed? It can be kind of bittersweet. Sweet to see your nonprofit actually get the funding they so desperately need. Yay! Bitter to have to watch that agent, the one you don't like, being the one who is handing them the check, taking all the listings at a full commission, and being praised and celebrated by the very fundraising committee you used to sit on or even lead. But alas, that fundraising committee has been disbanded because now they're getting all the funding they need. Now they can actually play with the people and the planet and the pets they're here to serve. So let's get to the good stuff. Over the next 15 minutes or so, I'm going to share with you what the next steps are to become a real agent of change. Okay, so remember, we're offering two options: Charitable Real Estate Specialist Certification, class only. Option 1, class only. Option 2 is the Charitable Real Estate Specialist Mastery Membership. The class is a 3-hour live Zoom with time at the end for your questions. Section 1, we go over what is charitable real estate. Section 2 is the benefits and strategies. Section 3, we get into details and documents. Section 4, we talk about taxes and all the numbers. Like, if you're really analytical, you will love the class because you'll learn exactly how it all works. Section 5 is the stories. Section 6 is who to talk to, what to say, how to say it. In other words, we're giving you the case studies and what to say to folks. Now, The support that you get with the class only option are 3 monthly Q&A Zooms with Realty Gift Fund. That's it. That's all you need to know about charitable real estate. Now, by the way, I did an interview with Dr. Russell James, who is the most sought after authority on how non-cash assets have been proven to grow a nonprofit by 6 times those who only receive cash. Now, in the interview that I did with him just a week ago, this is what he said about becoming a certified charitable real estate specialist. And I quote, "It's a great conversation opener. It's being certified establishes expertise, and it gives the ability to say," and I love this, "I help donors give smarter." Imagine being that advisor. Now, as I said in the beginning, when it comes to taking the certification class, you'll have unlocked the secret and learned the basics of charitable real estate. And maybe that's all you need right now. But for those of you who want to have the unfair advantage in your marketplace and leverage this knowledge to the max, here's how to do that. Let's get your super on. We are going to show you how to get the full business development plan on a silver platter. And here's how. You get the class, just as we discussed a moment ago, but now you gain access to the bonus material, including the recording of the class. You can come to the class as many times as you like. You can bring 2 VIP guests to the class. There's a property evaluation template, a call sheet template. Like I said, lifetime support, ongoing 1-hour Zooms with Realty Gift Fund, a physical copy of Mingle to Millions. And look, now we start getting into the fun stuff. Then we begin the 30-day one property away challenge portion, where I not only teach you, but help and guide you through the implementation process. The first part of this is learning the 7 Ps, the framework from purpose to payoff in 30 days. This trademark system starts with your purpose. It goes into their purpose, meaning who are you talking to? The third P is your presence, your interior mindset, and who you are showing up as and being seen and received as. The fourth P is positioning in social media, on Zooms, how you're talking to people, showing up as the expert that people would want to partner with and help to promote, all for the payoff of that influence, impact, income, inspiration that you're wanting to be in the world. You're also going to get the following material and support. We are doing interviews with everyone who is part of the mastery on the Real Agents of Change interviews, alongside of people like Dr. Russell James. We will do this interview with you and give you a press release template so that you can send this to all the media that you want to be seen by. You'll get the emails to send to speaking engagements. There's 10 ways to double profitability. There's the declaration plaque, the I am a real agent of change. There's a private Facebook group. Guys, we have a social media campaign that is a $500 value. We have an email campaign that is a 30-day campaign that's at least a $300 value. And then there's the cause marketing campaign, which teaches you how are you being seen, how to communicate with intention, all the things that I used to teach people about setting up a fundraiser. You get all of these aspects, which include body language and tonality and just how to communicate with intention. Now, as the Certified Charitable Real Estate Specialist Mastery membership grows and develops, as long as you're a member, you will always grow and develop and learn more with us. And remember, my partners believe so completely in what we've created that whether you elect to take just the class for a couple $100 or whether you want to be a part of the membership, they believe in this so much, they're just going to give you $1,000 bonus on your first closing. Now, the mastery membership is going to be a monthly fee of $297. Over the summer, it's going to go up to $297 and $397, etc. But right now, we are giving you a lifetime membership in the membership mastery for that $1,000 that Realty Gift Fund is going to give you back on your first closing anyway. So you seriously have nothing to lose. We've put it all on our shoulders to make sure we deliver what you need to succeed, double your profitability, if not more, and create a lasting legacy and become that hero that your community needs. So there you have it. Those are the two options, class only or full mastery. Now, remember that 41 office, 900 plus agent broker owner I mentioned at the beginning? See, his wheelhouse is to acquire whole offices of agents. He invited me to inform his agents about what we're doing because he's got his hands full. Now, our favorite motto is do what you do best and refer the rest. The beauty of this motto is that you don't need to know all the boring details about the tax strategy or the estate planning. When it comes to all this charitable real estate, our team takes care of that. See, Jim's superpower is taking over the offices in his marketplace. Your superpower is listing and liquidating real estate. Realty Gift Funds superpower is facilitating these donations like nobody's business and taking care of all that boring stuff. And me, well, my superpower is in assisting you to not be a secret agent. My strength is strategy. Wonder Woman has the lasso of truth. I have the hypnotic hula hoop of happy, heart-centered healing that swirls positive energy into a vortex of communication, connection, and collaboration. We are the real agents of change, and we invite you to be the hero your community needs. Will you accept the invitation and take a stand for all those you're here to serve? Go to cammybaker.com/certification to secure your seat in the full membership. And if you only want the class, that's okay too. Send me a private message and I'll get you the PayPal link for that. And when you are part of the class only, you can still bring VIP guests with you. We'll give you all the details. Happy to share with you and answer any questions you have about what we've just discussed. My name is Cammy Baker. I'm the visionary that has helped to create the certification class that will put an extra $1 billion in the pockets of nonprofits worldwide per year. Will you join us and help us to do it? Thank you.